What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday morning to you. Not going to be on long. Um, I saw this story about 3 years ago, and it sort of came on the media radar and then it really disappeared really quickly. And it was a story about a man that worked for the NYPD, and he carried a secret with him until his death, apparently. And Malcolm X's son, or actually found this letter that this man sent to, I guess, Malcolm X, um, upon his death, right? So I'm just going to play some of this news story about this last year, or it was about 3 years ago, actually.
Convicted over 50 years ago to have them exonerated.
Good morning,
After
Brian.
Ray's passing, I found a confession letter that Ray had written and mailed to my father back in 2011. This letter details the FBI, and the NYPD's involvement in the assassination of Malcolm X and how he was forced to betray his people. This letter helps me to understand the pain and guilt that Ray felt for the last 55 years. He conspired to help the NYPD assassinate Malcolm X.
So this story, or this letter confession, came out about 3 years ago. And I was curious about, how Malcolm X's family would move forward with that confession letter from this guy. Obviously, this guy carried this conspiracy, carried this guilt with him until he died. Um, and, honestly, this is not shocking to me. People want to talk about black people. You guys don't get ahead. Black people, you're lazy. Why are you always expecting this and that? And again, I would like people to really understand when black people are lobbying for reparations, we are lobbying for all of the things that the United States put us through beyond slavery. I can't stand these ignorant ass people talking about you guys weren't slaves. No, but let's talk about what happened after slavery. The coordination against black people, it is undeniable to keep us marginalized. And Malcolm X was a profound leader among black people. He was a profound leader. He was a threat to the liberal establishment. They called him a menace. They called him a separatist. Why? Because he did not trust these establishments with his people. Okay? So now, years later, Malcolm X's family has now decided to move forward with suing the FBI, as they should. And I pray that they get their reparations, even though it's going to be a long road, in my opinion, because you're talking about some 50 years later trying to get recovery on something that happened, unfortunately, in the 60s. But you said, I heard his daughter Malcolm X is suing. Yeah, she's suing the FBI and the NYPD for their coordination, their racist coordination to get that black civil rights leader out of the game. And see, these alphabet agencies have a track record of deeming black resistance groups as terrorists, domestic terrorists. They have a track record of taking out black resistance leader. And, again, we're talking Malcolm X. We're talking about Martin Luther King. We're talking about Fred Hampton. The United States have a track record of hunting down and killing profound black leaders. So I wanted to put this on everybody's radar, right? Because I think this should be a story that a lot of people who are interested in should follow. His family are suing these agencies, And I pray that the next Black uprising is that their family recovers from these racist ass agency. The FBI is full of racists, has always been riddled with racist people disguised as being in the service of all people. These people are bigots. They are bigots, some of them riddled with that Talmud hatred in their heart. So let's see what happens with this. I just wanted to play this story. This was actually 3 years ago.
On behalf of Ray, he wanted the world.
And Ray is the guy who wrote the confession letter that he was leveraged by the NYPD and the FBI to kill Malcolm X. But obviously, this man was fearful of his life, but he carried that guilt with him his entire life up into his death, where he wrote that confession letter and sent it to Malcolm X.
The world to know that he is deeply sorry. I hope that this information helps the Shabazz family, to more clearly understand what happened to their father on that.
And they always knew that those people had him killed. They weren't surprised when, like, I heard one of Malcolm X's daughters say, I'm not surprised. She's not surprised because they probably always have known that those unaccountable assholes, racists in the FBI, knocked off her father because they looked at him as a threat. You can't control Black people when you got people like Malcolm X hanging around.
That horrible day.
And this is what they always have sought to do, is control the mindsets and the reality
to
of
know
Black
that what
people.
happened 60
So any
years
Black
ago,
revolutionary that has risen among Black people, they have coordinated against them. They have demonized them, tried to vilify them, make them not creditable. This is why Black people, some of us, we don't turn on each other as quickly as these people will like us to, because it's kind of like, what is the white face behind all of this propaganda with this brother? Even with Diddy, excuse me, you got a lot of Black people on the Diddy train. I do believe that Diddy bought into some evil stuff. He was hanging out with those Talmuds, and he adopted their way of being and thinking. And so I don't have any doubt in my mind that Diddy is an evil person, but am I just going to go all in on Diddy, knowing the faces behind who's going all in on Diddy? No, I'll leave that to everybody who just hate that brother that much. He has his fall from grace. I'm going to sit back and watch it, but I'm not going to be a part of the conversation of talking about Sean Diddy Combs, knowing how these agencies that actually enabled his ass for some level of control, how they leverage him, and now they're turning on him because he wasn't playing ball with them, or he got too big for his britches in these supremacist mindsets. So I don't go all in on Diddy like that. Y'all don't even see me really talking like that about Diddy, because honestly, I understand the coordination behind why he's going down. And my thing is, if you would have still been playing ball with these wicked ass people, we wouldn't even know anything about any of this stuff, because he was that protected by these agencies. All right. You said I'm Arab, but I see that you with Black people, that's terrible. You better take your Arab ass off of my channel. I am Black unapologetically, and your Arab has nothing to do with my Blackness. So get off my block with that stupidity. Like, I swear people just come up and saying shit. Like, what the fuck is it? Your Arab has to do with my Blackness? I mean, your people ain't really down with my people like that all the way. So why would I even just get off my line? Anyways, Black Panthers should reactivate again to protect the Black community. I don't trust the Black Panthers. I don't trust what they evolved into. So, I mean, take it for what it's worth. I don't think that, I feel like that organization at some point got infiltrated by them white supremacists that were dangling money towards those brothers and sisters. And they got eaten from within. I don't really respect what the Black Panther Party evolved into. and you better believe there is some non-black money empowering them in some creative way, and an alphabet agency by the United States government trying to figure out what black people doing. So I don't really trust a lot of these organizations these days, especially when you got like this white guy a couple of months ago. He's talking about the people in Chicago. He done took it upon himself to talk about calling the black people of Chicago racist because of their stance on immigration and all these immigrants coming in. And he's trying to basically was posting signs calling these black people basically racist, right? And then he acts like he has a badge of honor to do that because he used to march for the Black Panthers and has something to do with the Black Panthers. I'm like, really? I don't trust an organization. I think black organizations should be black. They should be black. There should be no white money funneling to a black organization at all. It shouldn't be. And there's a reason why we would never want it to be. All right. We're not trying to get big and whatever. We're trying to get impactful. Right. And we can't do that with people slinging money and also expecting our people to do favors and do little slick shit to turn on our people. That's the track record, really, of black people in America. But moving on, I was looking at Sabby Sabs. And one of her recent videos, Sabby is challenging Miss Dogmatic Candace Owens to stay the course on her conversations. And one of the things that she's calling out is that, you know, regardless of what you think of Israel, everybody has their opinions. I think that Israel is part of the second beast of the Bible in union with the United States. So I don't think neither one of these nations are holy at all. I don't have high reverence for any of these nations because they're riddled with Satanism. But Sabby is challenging Candace Owens, who is a diehard Trump fan. And here's the thing. I've heard Candace Owens say things against Trump, like his stance on the vaccine. So I've heard her disagree with him mildly. But Sabby wants Candace to confront Donald Trump about his current stance on Israel. And she doesn't understand why Trump is isolating Jewish people and Israel in America as being these high priority protected people. Trump did not get on the mic and say we should protect every American from discrimination. Every American, no matter what your religious or ethnic background should be, you should be protected from any type of discrimination or tax, right? But here Trump goes again, like all these other politicians, specifically isolating Jewish people and Israel in America. And that does not sit well with a lot of people because, again, I don't have any issue with many Jewish people. I do have a issue with a segment of their community because they're racist Talmudics, and I don't rock with people like that. If you ever read their Talmud and with some of them actually follow, you'd be repulsed by some of them as well. Right? But this does not go for all Jewish people because there are a lot of Jewish people that don't practice the same thing as some of these people. But at the same time, here we go again. You not even inaugurated, and here Trump is just center focused on we got to protect this other nation, right? And this is a problem for a lot of people because regardless of what you think about what's going on in the Middle East, a lot of people are looking at that as genocide. You can't call it anything else when the other group doesn't really have a military. They just got a bunch of resistance groups helping them. But yet this small, tiny, innocent, we're powerful, we're this, we're that. But we need weapons from everybody. We need weapons from everybody. We need everybody to ally with us and make us feel better about what we are doing. All right. I hope Trump can mitigate that Middle East issue because it's not that issue does not make Israel or the Jewish people, some Jewish people, look good. The ones who are enabling it, fostering it, skewing it for what it is, you know, it doesn't sit right with a lot of people beyond Jews. And at some point, people are going to have to understand that. And even the Jews are not rocking with what's going on. Some Jews are not rocking with what's going over there. And people are so afraid to say the obvious. I think it's very demonic and satanic that we have to be overly creating laws to protect a specific group of people in America when they are the least in America that is attacked. They are not, if Trump don't get on a mic and create the same damn laws and parameters for black Americans who have been attacked way more than Jews in America, I don't take that dude seriously at all. I don't take him seriously at all. I don't think any black person should take Trump seriously because he's already coming out talking out the side of his neck, and he's center focused on the Jews and protecting Israel. You need to be protecting the United States. You need to be protecting the people who were actually born on this land beyond the Jews. And there's a lot of hate groups in this nation, and most of them, I'm sorry, Jews don't even get it like black people get it. So I don't even understand Trump's whole conversation at all. So I would love to see Candace, who actually lost her damn job. I agree with Sabby. I would love to see Candace Owens, who just went on this whole tirade talking about the Frankists and all these stuff and just kind of doing her best to narrate, a segment of that group as a certain way. She's not saying anything about free speech. She's not saying nothing about how Trump is talking about passing laws to inhibit speech. She's not talking about nothing about Elise Stefanik, who directly was a result of people getting fired because of speech that they wanted to protect on their campus. So, there's a lot of pro Israel stuff coming into this Trump administration, and I think it's notable, and I think it's something that people should be watching. I feel like when it comes to Israel, America really needs to step back and mind our own damn business, right? Because again, I don't say that Americans are complicit with genocides, but the American government is definitely complicit with genocide. And no matter how much we want to try to play both sides and say, oh, we're sending care packages to Gaza while we're sending bombs to the opposition to kill those people, you know, you're complicit in genocide, the United States government. And I think that American people should wash their hands clean of what the government is doing to those people because it is murder. But, anyways, you guys, you said blah, blah, blah. Well, Jacob, get your Zionist ass off my block. We don't do that over here. Nobody is supreme over here. You're all fleshly humans and you're all going to die. All right, that's how it works, really. Not one piece of flesh on this earth is supreme than another group of people. Some of you people just scheme better, and not even better. You just scheme in a manner that other people don't want to because they have firm convictions and a level of integrity that some of you people don't have. So you just go ahead, don't be a victim. Tell that to the people in Israel and the Jews in America, talking about anti-Semitism when that is the least issue in America. America does not have an anti-Semitism problem. If anything, we got an anti-black problem, and some of those so-called Semites are the issue. So we're not going to play those games. If you want to play victim Olympics, I can definitely play with you, Jason Davis. I can definitely play those games with you, okay? But this is real America. This is how people really should be talking, right? If we're gonna talk about victim cards and stuff, let's talk about the victim card that just keep on being played. Why we keep passing laws for one specific group of people in this nation? Why are they playing the victim so much? If you want to talk about the victim card, we not know what other group in this country, in this nation, are getting laws specifically passed for them. Think about it before you start talking about a victim card. I'm reading the victim card right now, and the victim card says that one group of people in this nation are being overly protected from the other ones. That's what I'm reading. So I think that, when you talk, looking at black people talking about the victim card, y'all putting y'all shit on us. Y'all putting y'all shit on us because some of y'all are the ones who are just out here making people pass laws to protect your people specifically. So, you know, everybody's playing the victim card up in here if you want to be technical about it. But, anyways, Jason Davis, you can go kick rocks, bro. You can just kick rocks all damn day. Everybody playing the victim up in America. That's why so many people send up there. We got to get laws specifically to protect this specific group of people. Get out of here. That's some racist ass shit, right? We don't need laws to protect Jewish Americans specifically. We need universal laws that protect all Americans, whether you're black, white, Jew, Christian, whatever. These laws need to be universal to all people. We are isolating certain groups of people because there is a conflict in another country. Half of these people have only visited that country, they don't come from that country, they go flee to that country. And yet we are creating laws specifically for one group of people. This ain't no victim card. This is common sense. And if you're not dumb, you will understand what I'm saying. But anyways, what screaming victims? Christina, honey, go read your Talmud, okay? Go read your Talmud. But anyways, typically black women spreading more hate. No, black women are speaking the real, and some of you people want to be, victimized by the truth. That's the reality, and that is the society in America that we live in, that people with their supremacy are victimized by the truth. You're the real victim, honey. I read victim all over you people. When you start spouting shit in the chat and going off on your face and say, oh, there's a victim. No, honey, you're the real victim, and you're putting your shit on other people. But anyways, you guys, check out that lawsuit that Malcolm X's family has allegedly filed against the FBI and the NYPD. I hope that his family recover. They don't, I'm not sure, because obviously people like that are low priority, but if they probably came from one of them folks groups, we probably see some justice. But I would be interested to see what the outcome of this lawsuit that Malcolm X's family is pushing against the NYPD and the FBI for their known coordination and knowledge of his assassination. So let's see what happens with that. Other than, let's see if Candace Owens is able to challenge Trump on his free speech, but at the same time, he's restricting speech, right? And again, these political parties, no matter what face the demon is, right, they're going to restrict your speech in some kind of way. So Trump is already coming in. He's restricting speech because he wants to protect the Jewish people, right? So instead of just protecting all people from hate speech, right? So I'm already kind of seeing the writing on the wall. And just for the record, I did not vote for neither Trump nor Kamala. So I'm not going to be a part of any of the mess that goes down in the aftermath of this election because I didn't vote for either one of those people. But anyways, you guys, one was better than the other in my opinion, but both of them were still demons. Anyways, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. I will catch you on the next one. If you have a problem with real talk and you're victimized by what I am saying to you, stop putting your victim card shit on other people. It's just that whatever I'm saying to you is cutting into your little core and you are being victimized by a truth that somebody else is spouting to you right now. And if it's that difficult for you, always and every day, stay the hell off of my channel. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.